Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mic'd Up Savages. I'm here today with Murph, and today we have the man of the hour, Nick, and he's in a very good mood today because the Mets have acquired four-time All-Star, two-time Gold Glove winner, two-time Silver Slugger, Mr. Smile, Francisco Lindor, and Carlos Cookie Carrasco from the Cleveland Indians in return for Isaiah Greene, an outfielder, Andres Gimenez, shortstop, Amed Rosario, shortstop, and Josh Wolf, right-handed pitcher. Nick, I got to ask you, how you feeling today? How you feeling?
I'm feeling as good as ever. I mean, I think that puts us in the contention category. I mean, this year was going to be a contending year regardless because if we didn't trade for Lindor, you're going to get a guy like Springer or I don't know, a super bullpen and get like a guy like Liam Hendricks. But Francisco Lindor, it's the star you need. He's the Mets have been missing that. I mean, Pete had a good first year, but obviously, as Murph likes to point out, his second year wasn't great, and I can agree with that. But Lindor, there's no disputing anything he's done. It's great defender, great hitter, great guy to have in your lineup. You could put him in the one spot. You could move him down to 3 or 4 if you. But I think he'll just lead off for us because we got that pop at 3 and 4. So,
Murph,
feeling great.
what's your take on this?
You know, they made out with like bandits in the night, my guy. They went in and they said, hey, put the money in the bag. And that's what they did. They sent over Lindor and Cookie Carrasco for pennies on the dollar. They got the shortstop they were looking for, Gimenez, not Rosario, even though he was in the trade. Makes
Trash.
no sense. Don't know why you traded for 2 shortstops. Pretty much what I thought it was going to be, right? I said it was going to be Gimenez as a centerpiece, an outfield prospect, and a pitcher prospect. And for some reason, they thought their major league talent that they wanted was Rosario. I don't understand that. You had Smith, you had Alonso. I can understand maybe you're not going for Alonso, but Smith, you could probably pry away a Smith, maybe even a J.D. Davis. But for some reason, they decided not to ask for any of those pieces. Doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, Mets are looking good right now. It looks like they're going to be possibly the favorites in the division. They're in that caliber right now with adding the pop, the superstar that they needed. Only problem is they have to re-sign him, right? They got to re-sign him. If they don't re-sign him, this trade's nothing.
Yes, I'm saying it now. If they don't re-sign him, I don't think this trade is really won. Cool, you pried him away for a year, but he could be on to another organization also in a year. So, Nick, are you still fine? Are you fine if he walks after 1 year? Are you fine with the 1 year with Frankie?
I mean,
You know,
I don't really see it being a 1-year thing. There's no.
I'm just saying right now it's not solidified. Right
Well,
now,
let's say hypothetically, like you guys don't re-sign him. Would you be cool with this deal looking back at it, knowing that it's only a 1-year deal?
If they win it all, then yeah.
but
if
I'm
not,
just
then
saying,
no.
Nick. Now you got it. You got to go against dogs like the Padres and the Dodgers. I'm sorry, but Nick, I'm taking. I get I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm going from a baseball fan perspective. The Padres pitching staff will destroy your lineup. I'm sorry. They're going to be disgusting this year. It doesn't matter what you throw at them or who you got in your lineup. They're nasty this year. So So I want to know your take, Nick. Do you think you can get past the Padres and the Dodgers with just Frankie being added and Cookie Carrasco?
No, there's more work to be done. Obviously, you think Uncle Stevie's done after one move? No.
That's a lot of money you're putting on the payroll. You're putting north of $20 million easily.
Yeah, we still had plenty of. That's pre-Cano. That we were like, that's the money before Cano. We still have 24 extra to use without Cano, and I know he has every intention of. I don't know. Obviously, maybe we're out on Springer, but maybe we get a guy like our bench is kind of thin now. We get a guy like Kike Hernandez. I don't know.
He's not going to take a bench role, Kike. I don't think he's going to be a bench role on any. I think he's going to head to the Red Sox or the Blue Jays. He'll find a spot in the lineup, a starting spot in the lineup. He's a good bat. He's a good bat.
Well, regardless, it was just the first guy that came to mind. There's plenty of guys out there still. I mean, we're not going for the big fish, but I mean, just rounding pieces. I mean, our rotation looks great once Noah comes back, and I think he'll rebound fine. The pen, I mean, I wouldn't mind I don't know what Hendricks is commanding, or even the guy below him. What was the other guy I was thinking of? I don't. Oh, Hand. We've looked into Hand. I would take Hand as well. he had a down year. I mean, he shouldn't be
Take.
commanding a praise.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Down year.
Just reliever of the year, type of stuff. Consistently.
And
We'll take him.
he got non-tendered. He must have had a bad year.
He had a really good
non-tendered because they couldn't afford it.
Yeah, they couldn't afford him. That's why they non-tendered him. They're clearly imploding over there. They're imploding. They're just trying to shed cap as fast as they can. Had nothing to do with Hand. Hand was phenomenal. He was one of the better relievers in the AL this year.
Best lefty pitcher in baseball, right next to Hader.
Yeah, he's dominant, and he does it without speed, which is the most impressive part. Which is like most closers you see, they're throwing 90 plus easy or 95 plus easy. So it's cool to see a guy do what he does. And yeah, non-tenured, 10 mil, cheapest, probably best reliever out there right now, other than Hendricks. And Trinan just got re-signed by the Dodgers, so big ups to them, I guess.
They would need another lefty. I don't really see Hendricks. I think his price is probably higher now.
Yeah, he's probably going to be the more expensive out of the relievers.
Question for Murph. You believe this now will get the Mets past the Braves? And because the Braves this year did not have a fully healthy rotation in the fact that Soroka tore his Achilles tendon. But now they're going to have him, Ian Anderson. Who's the other guy?
Fried.
Right. And one more.
Fried.
Max Fried, yeah.
Max Fried.
And, of course, their high-powered offense, Freddie Freeman, Ronald Acuna, Ozzie. What are you thinking here?
So I think as stands, I'd say they are better than the Braves right now because you still have to see what the Braves are going to do. They haven't done anything to improve this team so
Charlie
far.
Morton.
They have added Charlie Morton, which is huge. But so I think in terms of rotation, they're right in there with them, especially if Soroka can come back. Yeah, I think they're going to be able to compete, no problem. I think offensively is going to be a question mark. They got to retain Ozuna. If they don't get back Ozuna and they don't get like a Brantley or someone along those lines to replace him, they might be in trouble because I think they already got a pretty big hole at third. I think they desperately need another outfielder who can hit. So it should be interesting. They're not done making moves, obviously. Neither team, the Mets or the Braves, so it's left to be seen. But as of right now, I'd give the edge to the Mets just because I feel like they're more of a complete team at this moment. They definitely need bullpen, both teams. I think the Mets are better bullpen-wise, but I think
better off than the Braves. The Braves have not for a long time.
Their pen is bad. So if they can figure it out in the bullpen, they'd be right in there with the Mets. But as of right now, the edge goes to the Mets.
Nick, what is your take on this? You agree with Murph?
I mean,
you're the biased Met fan, so let's hear it. Come on, for the fans.
In fact, he did snap off a yes immediately. It surprises me.
I've even when without Frankie, I was always saying the Braves are the team to worry about, and I mean, I think this puts us slightly ahead of them, but it'll be an arms race, as people would say. I don't even want to hear the Nationals and the Phillies in that ballpark with us. That's done with. But the Braves, I wouldn't go too far and say like we're head and shoulders way better than them. But
it's going to be a tight race for first place, but I do think third place finish is going to be the Miami Marlins. Fourth is going to be the Phillies, and the Nationals may finish dead last if they don't get JT.
That's surprising to me. You got the Miami Marlins at third and the Nats last.
They're gunning. They're gunning.
First of all, I got the Nats ahead of the Phillies for sure. The Nats still have that rotation. They still got that rotation.
Besides Soto,
got that rotation. That rotation proved last year they can win with just the rotation.
Very true. They can bang with the big boys.
They can roll with that rotation.
Yeah.
They got a big three that'll eat. All right. I think the Phillies don't have a big three. They got maybe two. And Nola's not consistent enough at this point.
Maybe two.
I don't know what Nola's doing. I love Zach Wheeler. I think he's good. Nola, I have no idea anymore. That dude has had 2 consecutive pretty bad seasons. So he needs to turn around big time.
What do you think?
I put the blast, Phillies.
Nick, what is your prediction now?
I'm still going to give the edge to the Braves, but it'll be like a 1-2 game race. Mets second, third. I go with the Phils, Nationals, and Miami Marlins as that was a fluke.
Disrespect, Nick. It's fine. They'll remember it. The Kingfish.
For the record, right now, I'd have the Mets, Braves, then I'd probably go Nats, Marlins, Phillies.
Sleeping on my Marlins, but whatever.
I got them fourth, dude. What do you want from me?
Nick, question for you. Do you like the addition of Cookie Carrasco to your pitching staff? Are you happy? Are you like, I don't really care, I could have done with just fine without him? Because your rotation, I think, looks fine without him. But
I enjoy it. I mean, it would obviously it's Bauer and then the rest in the free agent market, but I would say Carrasco would be second if he were a free agent, and he's on a friendly deal if I'm correct. He's only making like 10 mil. He's got a club option. That's very rare in these days. So
I was gonna ask, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like you guys were kind of cheated at a chance of Bauer? Would you have rather had Bauer over Carrasco, or are you more than happy to just take Carrasco and roll with it?
Well, I'll take Lindor and Carrasco over Bauer.
Okay, fair. But you could have done the deal with just Lindor and then gone out and signed a Bauer. That's what I'm mainly
Well,
asking.
then you guys are making the point before the pod about Andrew was signing the big guns. So obviously, if you sign Lindor long term, Bauer, it's just going to be we're going to turn into my friends in the Bronx with all that luxury tax.
I'm just saying, Nick, I'm just saying you could spend all the effing money you want. You gotta just go win games. So we will see what happens in the 2021 season. Nick is on cloud 9 as he so said, but when we entered the call, Mr. Smile in Queens is making 19.5 million this year from Uncle Stevie, as Nick likes to call him. Any last words, Nick, before we end the show?
To all the people watching, I just want to when should I buy that number 12 jersey? Or if you know when they're gonna announce his number, just drop it in the comment, and that'll be a great investment.
Any closing remarks before we end this fine show?
You know, like I said, congrats to the Mets. If I were to grade the trade, A for the Mets, A+ for the Mets, I'd give it a solid C, maybe B- for the Indians. I think this trade is just blows my mind. You give it up 2 major assets just for like 4 pieces. Boggles my mind that they didn't go get a Smith or an Alonso with this trade. Just makes no sense in my mind. But whatever, they're just dumping salary. They're trying not to compete, trying not to win. It is what it is. So congrats to the Mets. If they can re-sign Lindor, there's a bright future there. But you still got to get through the Padres and the Dodgers. Just remember that.
All right.
Noted.
Nick, there it is. It's noted.
Noted.
We have it recorded. Down. Nick noted.
Noted.
He does know now. All right. Murph, thank you for joining me as usual. Nick, we are so graced and honored with your presence. Just to get you on the show is like pulling teeth. And, of course, Nick, is going to come through because we're talking about the Mets. But thank you all for joining us today, and thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. Thank you. Later.